Alrighty, welcome back to our stream. I know on my community post I said I wasn't gonna be able to stream, but I just kind of interrupted in that we do actually have a tornado that is on the ground as a current in Oklahoma. We I'll let go back a little bit here, so I can see this cell from earlier, which didn't have as much of a hook as it did earlier, and then it was near Fonda, and then this is where it was starting to produce a first tornado, and then it's producing another tornado around here. Let's take a look at the CC while we're at it, because that'll give you guys a little bit of an idea of what kind of we're looking at here. So this is what the one debris signature from earlier, and then looks like it kind of lived for a brief moment, and then it put down another debris signature here over near Dane. Right now, they still have as radar indicated. This is, I mean, I would not be surprised if we had at least the criteria of a PDS tornado on going right now. We also do have quite a bit of hail going into this, so we may have some hail contamination on CC. There's a lot of lightning with this as well, looks like, with this particular cell, which is another thing that happens with these type of supercells. What these type of supercells are just supercells in general when they are about to produce a tornado, even like a strong one too. I don't know how many of you guys remember from last year. I forget what day it was, but I know it was a tornado that was in Mississippi last year that produced a tornado that went tornado emergency warned. Take a look at CC. Yeah, the CC. I mean, once again, CC is just absolutely insane. Wouldn't be surprised if there is another tornado right now trying to produce out of this cell. Just once again, just considering looking at CC, or not CC, velocity. Let's see. Okay, so from National Source Norman, 8:16 p.m. There's likely a tornado with the storm in Major County. People west and southwest west of Fairview, Oklahoma needs to take shelter now. So yeah, even National Service Oklahoma, National Service Oklahoma is like, yeah, there's likely a tornado on the ground with this thing. Also, hello, Party Cheese. It's well, pen. Oh, yeah, I said pen, but Ben, if I could speak English. Couple streams. Also, yeah, that is today. Tomorrow could be definitely another significant day of severe weather. Just considering, I mean, we have a kind of I would say like basically a bimodal type of setup tomorrow, where we have a cold front and then we have a dry line. We'll see how storms do initiate tomorrow, because I mean, because we gotta get through, I mean, the morning convection and then the afternoon convection, but enhanced intense sig. Yes, the new sig system, which actually, let me go over to Radar Omega, and it get absolutely blasted in my ears because Radar Omega likes to refresh the. Okay, apparently this is not wanting to detect Radar Omega. Okay, cool. Okay, here we go. So here's Radar Omega. We could actually, I mean, technically I could actually just load up, hold on 1 second. Give me a second here. Let me just load up the actual Storm Prediction Center site, because that'd probably be better than me trying to load up in Radar Omega right now. Alright. I really like when OBS screws up my settings. I really like when OBS does that. It's just really amazing, you know. Jeez. But yeah, anyways, as I was saying, as I was, you know, muted, we have a enhanced wrist tomorrow, which is a little bit more like shaped like an S, I would say. Which this was this outlook was, I mean, done by grams. Initially, the last ones were done by broils. We do have a 10% still. It used to be in Kansas, but now it's through the corridor of Oklahoma, like eastern and southeastern Oklahoma and western portion of Arkansas and a little bit of southwestern Missouri. And then outside of that, we have a 5% outside of that, and then of course a 2%. Which this is a pretty big outlook for tornadoes. And then we have the SIG 1 in all these areas for EF2 tornadoes being possible. And without the SIG, that's just EF0 to EF1 tornadoes being possible. Will be interesting to see these two intensities being used later in the year. Because I guarantee you these are being used at some point in the year. It's just a matter of when. As for severe. Exactly, yeah. Check on tornado tornado warning storm right now. Oh, real quick. Go back over to radar, which if I can, I still gotta get used to. I mean, even though I've been using it a while, I still got used to UI weather-wise. I swear. So we had a tight area rotation there. Still looks like we may have a tight area rotation on this side here. There's definitely some strong inflow going on here. This is, I mean, could be side lobe contamination, but could also be some strong inflow going into the storm as well. I wouldn't have to be surprised if we had at least a couple tornadoes produce out of this in the next half hour or so. Because I think what this tornado, at least what this cell in particular is doing, is writing the, like, some kind of boundary or the warm front, which when you have a storm which writes, like, some kind of boundary or the warm front, that a front basically, or boundary, acts as a area of enhanced vorticity, so you get more spin basically on your storm. Also, one thing I need to do is I do need to update the update my, because I always usually update my Google site for like videos and stuff, so I just updated that just now, so my stream is viewable through there. Oh, that's what's going on. I'm like, there's a fan going on. Also, this thing definitely has quite a bit of a hook on it. Looking at CC, not really seeing too much of anything in terms of a debris signature, but definitely at least seeing an area rotation here. I'm kind of curious. Let me look at the meso analysis while I'm at. Yeah, there we go. So, alright, so we're going back to the meso-analysis. So we get, like, a relative idea of the environment from the wrap. And, yeah, you can see why we're getting the tornadoes right now with this particular cell. You can see you have your curved hodograph. And typically when you have curved hodographs like this, that's that's typically a sign where you have favorable environment for tornadoes. Which, going back to radar, this thing's still hooking still, so um, that's gonna be going for probably a while at least. We could actually take a look at the outlook, which I don't know why it was working perfectly earlier with the outlook on here, but it kind of broke. And by kind of, I mean very broken. Seeing what's happening, I could rise overnight. I said one thing I will say for the overnight threat is, I mean, a lot of, at least when it comes to the cams or convective allowing models, they are showing kind of like a mesoconvective system overnight through Oklahoma. But I don't know if we really have enough storms that are initiating right now that that looks like it turned into an MCS, to be honest. Right, actually, not that you should be using the HRRR during when the convection is already going, but hold on, let me drag this over. So this is a 00Z HRRR, and once again, this is like 00C, which is 6 o'clock, so this is like 2 hours ago already. And you can see, it actually doesn't have as much of an MCS as it showed on previous runs. What runs was it actually showing at? Hold on one second. Might have been, yeah, it was 18Z. I think, did 12Z show that as well? Yeah, 12Z showed that as well. Yeah. The 00Z run is not showing that as much. What about just for the hell of it, we'll look at the NAM. See what the... Actually, it might not really show much because, I mean, it does hours in 3-hour incrementals compared to the HRRR, which does in 1-hour incrementals. I think we'll have to wait till tomorrow because the system could change anytime. That would be that'd probably be the best way to go about it. I'm kind of curious where that trough is sitting at. Holy hook, though, on this thing. Okay, can this not? That is the one thing I don't like about weatherwise. It like jerks back my thing all the way to like somewhere else. Yeah, that is quite the hook. Oh my god, my nose. I swear, I think my sinuses are acting up for some reason. It reminds me of Popeye. I mean, I could definitely see why. I mean, it's got the arm curvature on it. What's this? Storm Prediction Center. Oh, this is for light to moderate freezing rain expected over in New York, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island, all that. I'm still surprised that this didn't go like a PDS unreserved when it was producing earlier. Yeah, I do want to take a look at the meso analysis again here. Take a look at the 300 and 500 where we have your trough out west here. which is what is supposed to be bringing our severe weather threat for tomorrow and the afternoon hours and late evening, and even into potentially the overnight hours too, into Saturday. We'll take a look at the meso analysis a little bit closer with the area we're looking at right now, and yeah, there's definitely a little bit more. There's more convective inhibition because it is nighttime, so at nighttime you have your cap that starts spilling in, but I think even for what we're looking at right now, that shear is probably the heavy lifting of this event, and have a little bit of I don't know if you guys can see these little dips here in the 700 millibar level here, which are your short waves, which are kind of what is initiating storms right now. March is really starting off with a banger. Let's just say last year was like that too, with March 14th and 15th. I would not be surprised if this tornado warning gets extended at some point here. Question is, do we have showers that are starting to pop up on the backside of this thing here? Because if we have showers popping on the backside of the cell and they merge with this cell here, that could act as a nudger and have and it's kind of assist this in producing a tornado. And then also looks like they issued a severe thunderstorm watch. This is a really small one too, for a few counties here in Kansas, and that is for mainly wind and hail threat. Mainly the hail threat, though, it looks like. Possible brief tornado, probably. Because I don't know if we quite have the environment for a long track tornado, but and they issued a gigantic severe thunderstorm warning. Jesus. Yeah, it pretty much does, yeah. Or, well, I would say kind of, because this would be, with these severe thunderstorm warnings up here, would be a completely different office, but yeah, it pretty much does at this point. I don't think I've seen severe thunderstorm warnings this big for, or at least I don't think I've seen it too often for a discrete supercell compared to a like a QLCS type event, because QLCS type events you have big old severe thunderstorm warnings for tornado warnings, and severe thunderstorm warnings for obviously tornado warnings for tornadoes, QLCS rather than severe thunderstorm warnings for wind. So velocities, still look strong. No CC drop on this thing though. Yesterday they did a tornado drill. My radios went off for a tornado warning. Oh yeah, they I almost kind of forgot about that with because I forgot. I think it was, I don't remember what time it was, but I was checking Twitter, right? And because I have notifications on for National Service Tornado notifications. And I'm like, wait a minute, a tornado warning? What is going on? And 2 seconds later, I'm like, oh, that's a giant tornado warning. And then I find out it's a tornado drill stuff. I'm like, I didn't know Kentucky did that. Like with the, or at least the National Service offices did that with tornado warnings. For up here, they did just tornado sirens and well, tornado sirens and weather radios. Another big tornado warning, which includes Helene, Helena, Goldtree. So if you know those areas, make sure you get to your safe place and now in tornado warning. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit because I think the way I have my settings with the map, we also got Carlisle as well. That's included in this tornado warning, which is which from what I remember, they where they made the movie for Twisters a couple of years, well, where the Twisters movie that released a couple of years ago was filmed in this area. Hello, welcome to the stream, Twisted Professional. What is your favorite tornado? Um, I don't know. I don't really have a favorite tornado, but I will say the two tornadoes last year, which being Wellfleet and Gary. Gary, I thought was pretty interesting because it had like the wiggly wobbly motion. I'm like, I don't know if I've ever seen that with the skinny tornado just doing a wiggly wobbly. And then Wellfleet was like the most tornado-looking tornado you could possibly have. It's literally something you would see in like a science textbook or something. So keeping an eye on this area. With this area rotation here. Is okay, now that's just clear contamination right here. Also, the one thing about weatherwise, you can see how many people are viewing. How many people are viewing like an alert or like a radar site? There is 2.4 thousand people viewing the KVNX radar right now. I think well, velocities and wait, is everything up to date? Let me check. Yeah, everything is up to date. Cause that's just probably contamination in there. So I think we at least have some strong inflow with this area right here. That is a interesting arrow. I swear, my arrow drawing abilities in the past like couple of years have been not improving at all. Like Lake City EF3. The Lake City EF3, I remember for like the next like couple of months, or the next like couple months after that happened, it was like people were like tornado of the year, tornado of the year, and I could see why, just by the radar, well not radar presentation, the video presentation slash live stream presentation that Brian Kopic had when he was chasing that. No reed timber is chasing a storm somewhere. I'm guessing he is probably down southwest in Texas where all the other chases are as well. That's just my guess. Let's update my tile real quick because we don't. As of right now, it doesn't seem like we have a trial on the ground. Once again, this could produce at some point here. We should be on otherwise. I mean that would be it'd be interesting if he was on what's the word I'm looking here? Like it would be interesting if he was on weatherwise. The area rotation is heading right towards Cleo Springs. Also, I don't know how many of you actually did I make a post about it on my community tab about I think this is the last stream before this that was the 100th stream. Might have. I don't know. If I didn't, then yeah, that the last stream was the 100th stream I've done. And this is the 101th stream. 101, 101, 101 stream? I don't know. Also, another thing is everybody prepared for the daylight savings time on Sunday, because I'm not. Although, nice thing is we also I can't speak English as per usual. Nice thing is though is next week I have spring break, so there's that. Well, speaking of next week, we do actually have, if I go to probabilistic, I think it's a day 6 now. Yeah, day 6. So we have a day 6 next week, which I believe is Tuesday. So we have a day 6 severe weather severe weather outlook severe. Well, I guess technically severe weather outlook, but severe weather threat next. What is someone's honking their horn out there? You guys are probably gonna be hearing a lot of different sounds because the window is open. Alright, not seeing as much of a hook on the cell. Still, I mean, still got velocities here that are pretty strong for the most part. I can't confirm if that is a CC drop on this, because I mean, because if that is a CC drop, that is right now a weaker CC drop right now. We'll keep an eye on that just in case this does end up producing another tornado. Okay, so next week, Tuesday, is in range. Okay, cool. Because I was going to pull up next week, Tuesday. Continue to Kona. Alright, so this is 0. You can see Obviously, this is our incoming system, and this is what's going to be bringing our severe weather threat for tomorrow. And then we have another trough that starts to dig on down on the backside of this, which looks like, I mean, could become a cutoff low, which basically a cutoff low, I mean, it gets cut off from the jet stream, and cutoff lows are typically slower because of that, because they're cut off from the jet stream. And this is, I mean, we're still, I mean, this is, I mean, it's in range, but still a couple days out, so a lot of things could change. But it does look like it does rejoin the jet stream here. And here's Tuesday, which is where our next severe weather threat is after tomorrow. We do actually have a severe threat on Saturday too, but just speaking in terms of next week, you can see your dew points. I mean, it's going to be warm, and you got some dew points at like about 60, 70-degree dew points, it looks like. And even your temperatures are going to be pretty warm. So, I mean, overall, it's got to feel like spring, man. Alright, not seeing as much of anything in terms of CC drop. Still got some velocities here that are, I mean, got some strong velocities on this side, and they got not, I mean, reds are, I mean, the red's not super strong, but the green is. See here with chat. One time I was on a road trip in Flatlands. We were driving in a supercell and we saw EF2E, EF23. Dang. Hello. Welcome to the stream. I actually went to examine damage. I said, I said, what, I said, do you remember what, I guess, what year that was? And what was damaged, if you remember. 2024, so a couple of years ago. Okay. If you're talking about Flatlands, because I'm guessing you talk about the plains out here, but I could be wrong. 3 more months left until hurricane season begins. I'll be honest, I don't even want to think about hurricane season right now. But yeah, we are 3 months from hurricane season. Honestly, I would not be surprised if we had a quieter hurricane season this year compared to 2 years ago. Even last year, I mean, I know last year wasn't super active for hurricanes, but we still had some impactful hurricanes. Hurricane Melissa actually was just recently retired as a name. Nose. I mean, tornado, I mean, for tornado season, I mean, I think probably the excitement comes from the fact that, I mean, the winter wasn't exactly active for severe weather, and I mean, winter being cold and whatnot, but we were in a western ridge and eastern western ridge, eastern trough pattern, pretty much like 90% of the winter season, and now we're getting out of that. After forever. What is this app you're using? It is called Weatherwise. I can, if my, keyboard decides to, not have caps lock on, that'd be great. And I got a hook again. Not super tight area rotation, although sometimes, even with, having a great area, you could still have, like, a tornado that could be on the ground, but in this case, I don't think we have one. Just going based on, looking at CC, not really seeing much. So, in case, we're gonna just, so keep an eye on this for probably a while. We'll take a look at the storm down here. Not seeing a whole lot initiate down here. Like, we have a couple cells right here, but it looks like they're kind of fizzling out. And then, other than that, we just have these and these right here. I drew a 6 instead of a circle, but you know what? It worked. The 6 has a circle on it, I guess. I don't know. I don't know, man. I also got another cell just to the east of this that popped up a little bit ago, which has been actually growing in size. Will be interesting to see if that merges. All right. I just had to mute my mic so I didn't blast you guys' ears with my sneeze that sounded like a world's loudest noise of all time going off. Also, another thing, I did another kind of graphic update with my. Well, it's a small update. So, all my graphics have the new logo I have now instead of the old logo. When I get home tomorrow, I'll have to update all my stuff. I have everything ready in a Google Drive so I can download it onto my PC and then change everything. And then by time I would say, because I'm guessing probably sometime after 4 or 5 o'clock Central Time tomorrow, I'll probably be live. You guys will see all the graphics that I have here on my OBS on my laptop. So, bless you, thank you. Domino's Parmesan Bread Bites. Alrighty, cool. I don't think the bell at the top of because there's a student center over here that has a like a bell that goes off every hour, and I don't think it's loud enough that the mic can pick it up. But it is there. Here. I'm gonna keep out my notebook, which my notebook here has a bunch of Calculus 2 stuff on it. Thinking about building a tornado interceptor. I could already tell you that's definitely gonna be quite the project if you do go with that. If you do go through with that. Also looks like oh wait, I thought the cell down here was warned for severe thunderstorm warning. Apparently not. We have a tornado warning down here actually, which we have a tornado warning in Texas now. So that's gonna be for towns of Gills, Swearingen, and Rolla, Texas. And also Quail, Texas. So we have a tornado warning in Texas and one in Oklahoma. Which I have if I'm guessing, just taking a look here, we did have rotation probably be down here. We don't. I know we got Amarillo here, but we don't exactly have the world's best coverage for radars in this area. I mean, the radars, I mean, to cover the area, but I mean, there's still kind of a gap. I think, I think it was, I can't remember what storm chaser I saw on Twitter that there was a Doppler on wheels driving around. I'm like, it makes sense. Have to see what our base car could be. So I imagine, because I mean, I know the Dominator is, I think, a Ford, I think F-250 or 350. Threshold 375. Oh, wow. Apparently earlier, there's a news station in Oklahoma, News 9. They had a quite the large tornado on the ground with their live broadcast. This post, I mean, this post that I just saw on Twitter was posted at 8:45, so that's not current, but still surprised that this never has gone observed yet. And this is right where, so right about here is where that large tornado was underground here. Not sure if it's if it's still on the ground going through here. Guess we'll, I mean, see in the next coming days once surveys are, I mean, being done. Apparently, I'm Carl Jung's 11th generation nephew. The more you know, I guess, eh? Let's see here. So this tornado warning continuing till still going till 9:30. Oh wow, that's actually some large hail probabilities they have on this thing. Tennis ball size hail. Send you a blueprint of it, the interceptor. Send it. That's the thing I just thought of. Hold on. Where is it at? Oh wow, we actually got quite a few hail ports here. I mean, that was one of the main threats for today with the hail threat alongside strong tornadoes. But Radar Omega had another like graphical UI update, and now they show max wind and max hail and source, which and all this here, which I was like, that I'm just like, man, that is really cool looking. That is like really cool looking. Now, if their radar app actually worked properly, like more than 90% of the time, that'd be great. But like it refreshes all the warnings for no reason. Like, why does it need to refresh all the warnings? And then they also updated this, so now they give you this, which I don't know why wasn't. I don't know. I don't remember if I was able to actually ever able to drag the Outlook menu, and well, window menu thing. Yeah, now it shows like general to enhance. You got all the probabilities, summary and discussion, and then obviously, I mean, got your Sig 1 outlook. Well, Sig 1 tornado threat and hail and wind and all that. There's also a flood advisory over here. Anyways, back to weatherwise, the app that actually works properly. I call it the Doppler on truck dots. Doppler on truck. That is, I mean, I don't know if it's just to say, I don't know if I could ever come up with a better name than that. Honestly, man, that is a good name. Also, sometimes I forget with weatherwise you can have the warnings tab up on the side. And not have it like disappear like Radar Omega does. Actually, it does. Hold on. Let me fact check myself real quick. Whoa! Hold on 1 second. Oh, no. Yeah, no. Radar Omega disappears. Alright, we have a confirmed tornado. And that tornado warning is going to be for quail, salmonor, dozier, ludi, marilla. This is going to be a... it's a tornado warning for nose downs. This is a confirmed tornado that's on the ground. Alongside softball size hail. Or not softball, tennis ball size hail. Excuse me. And this is also going to be in Texas as well with this tornado warning. Where was this observed? I'm kind of curious. Storm Chaser confirmed. Storm Chaser video confirmed. Storm Chaser video confirmed tornado. Okay, there we go. Located near Quail. So that debris signature would be right down here. Okay, can my drawing tool like get? Yeah, there's definitely. I think this. Oh, let me take a look here. Let me see which. Let's locate 13 miles northwest. So the air rotation would be this right here. So this would be going towards areas like Marilla and eventually up towards like Salmonor Wood and Ludi. So my guess right now, I mean, Storm Chaser's kind of, Storm Chaser spotted. I don't know what Storm Chaser confirmed it. Because we got Brandon Montgomery here, which he would be the closest I know of. Let me take a look at Radar Omega, because I want to see who is on Radar Omega right now that is nearby this thing. We got CJ Ziegler that is south of that. So someone saw this tornado. I'll check back up on the tornado warning up in Oklahoma real quick. Looks like we got strong velocities near McWillie. That is a name. A couple there's storm chasers going towards this cell now. Actually, one storm chaser on that. Brett Dare. I would not be surprised if we had maybe a tornado on this thing going right now, but because if we did, that would be the signature, debris signature, if it did pop up on that scan, but not enough to really confirm. Let me actually look at the tilt here. Yeah, that'd be area rotation there. There's not really much of a hook on it. Oh my god, I forgot that I had Radar Meg open. Jesus Christ. It's getting blasted in the ears. think we may actually have a researcher on this thing here. Definitely, I keep an eye on that. Okay, kids, when they see a hook on rare, oh my, OMG tornado. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Let me check back on the tornado warning storm over in Oklahoma real quick. Oh wow. Yeah, we definitely have a tornado on the ground west of Helena, Oklahoma here. Whoa, 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 whoa. I don't know what I just did there, but Jesus. We just went PDS. Yeah. I'm surprised this wasn't PDS tornado warned earlier. But this is gonna be going. This is gonna be going northwest of Helena, Oklahoma. Once again, a PDS tornado is a large and deadly tornado. Especially in this case, we have strong velocities. We had a deep CC drop on this thing about a scan ago. We actually had a couple deep breach signatures on this. Still actually have potentially still have the breach signature on the ground here with this ongoing tornado, PDS tornado. Once again, if you're in these areas, I know there's like farms and stuff out here. If you're in these areas, make sure you get to your safe place. I know Oklahoma doesn't have I know Oklahoma doesn't really have basements, so if you have a like underground shelter or something, get to that immediately. And this, especially in this case where we have PDS tornado warning ongoing, and this tornado warning is about to expire within the next 8 minutes. Which is likely getting expanded at some point here. And that did just merge with the you know that one cell I was talking about earlier. This one right here, that just merged with that cell, and that is likely why this tornado went through tornado genesis like this. If this keeps going, this could drain jet. I will say it definitely could if it continues like this. Because this thing's already produced, like, well, at this point, I think at least 3 or 4 tornadoes at this point that were brief. Is it producing satellites? Not 100% sure. Doesn't seem like it, but we at least have the case of, yeah, we definitely can confirm that there is a strong tornado here. Alright, and there's another tornado, PDS tornado warning, which includes jet and Nescatunga, Oklahoma. But kind of looks like Greensburg's radar. I mean, I would still say there's at least when it comes to strong velocities, probably somewhat of a similarity. But when it comes to at least with wedge tornadoes, it'd be way bigger of a velocity than this. At least with how Greensburg was. Oh, even sometimes, well, at least actually, well, I mean, velocities don't exactly, I mean, show the actual size of tornado. I mean, we could have a wedge tornado on the ground. Also, you know what? Just one thing I just realized too. This is the radar site is right here. This tornado could be going right for the radar site. Having some contamination issues here as well. Like right now, the velocities is like the only thing that isn't like contaminated to all like. Like I don't know what the like how to describe it. Like it isn't contaminated to absolute like, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. Yeah, once again, we have a PDS tornado warning ongoing in Oklahoma here. Still got strong velocities on this. And this thing has a hook again on this. I mean, still got a few miles from this hitting Jet, Oklahoma, but there's I would say at this point there's definitely a likelihood this does end up hitting town of Jet. Hopefully, it goes south of it and not towards it. Which right now it looks like it could just go just south of Jet. I thought there was a thing here. Okay, apparently not. I thought there was a tool to. What's the word I'm looking for? Sorry, I'm blanking out a lot of different words. Turning a bit. Yeah, a little bit. Also, that had a nice little hook, and now it's kind of like blocky now. Still, once again, a strong velocities on it. Still got the observed tornado tag on the tornado warning in Texas still. See what they do with that. May still have a little bit of a debris signature here. Yeah, okay, so velocity's just updated. So yeah, we definitely still have a tornado ground here. Bro, I'm not gonna lie, I'm nervous for Town Jet right now. Because we got a damaging tornado on the ground right now that's PDS warned and is heading northeast here. And this also wants to get going towards the radar site too. Or at least in the direction of it. I don't know if it's going straight towards the radar site. So just look at the meso analysis still. I mean, hodograph is curved. I mean, it is curved. I just kind of play the loop here. All right, what we got here? Still PDS warned. Let me check if... Well, it probably would say tornado emergency on this thing if it was tornado emergency warned. I don't know if we'll see a tornado emergency on this thing or not. Yeah, people in Jet really need to take shelter if they haven't already. Especially with the case we're looking at right now. Also, golf ball size hail is also possible with this, which would be in the northern half of the cell here. I'm kind of curious what GR2 analysis looks like on this thing. I haven't pulled up GR2 analysis in a while on these streams. Oh my god, what is going on here? Oh yeah, okay, so it does work still. Nice. The GR2 analysis thing still works at the bottom right here. Right, Omega going off because I went to go check something on it. Yeah, this is actually getting really risky. So this is, hold on, let me, because it's been forever since I've showed GR2 analysis on the stream. So this is what GR2 analysis looks like. You see your strong, strong velocities on here still. Not much of a CC drop, but sometimes you can still have a strong trend on the ground without a CC drop. Never seen this in real time before. Now you have. It is actually a pretty cool program. And rot, which is kind of a product where you can see rotation. And I mean, obviously we have a tornado ground, so it could be, I mean, big old dot right there. I feel like I should use GR2 analysis more on these streams and streams in general. So I used to actually use before weatherwise, um, because what at the initially weatherwise was kind of bare bones and all that, and I used to use Radar Omega and then also GR2 analysis for my streams, but now it's like Radar Omega and weatherwise. Honestly, I imagine. I would imagine just for streams in general, everyone, everyone viewing around probably wouldn't mind seeing GR2 analysis more often on these streams. So, wow, that is quite the RFD. So it's kind of the RFD is kind of more east oriented now, which makes me wonder if it's RFD surging and it's getting caught off with its inflow. So this looks like it's just going just south of Jet, Oklahoma here. Also, the mesoscale analysis, the Storm Prediction Center just released a mesoscale discussion. Enhanced corridors of short-term severe potential. The one we have a PDS tornado on right now, and then the tornado warning down here in Oklahoma, Texas, which just got dropped down to radar indicated. Still warm for tennis ball size hail. And they still have wind potential of the 65 to 80. So I think it's more than likely gotta just go. I think it's just gotta go just south of Jet, if anything. We also got more storms starting to pop up on the southwest side here, which could give this supercell one last nudge of producing a tornado, and then kind of cutting off the tornado threat off this thing after however long it's been, about half hour-ish, maybe longer than that this thing's been going. Actually, this cell's been going for probably, it's been going for an hour just within the last, let's see here, within the last hour it's been tornado warned, but or has been warned for an hour in general for tornado warnings. I will say though, there is also a town just to east of Jet, which is Nash, which just kind of do a circle here. Could also could take a potential hit here from if there is still a tornado ground. But I don't think we have a tornado ground at this point. Velocities are not as tight as what they were earlier. And it looks like apparently had a vortex hole on radar with the tornado earlier, which is a bounded weak echo. Bounded weak echo. I think it's for rotation, not reflective. Bounded weak echo reflectivity or something like that. I can't remember off the top of my head. But typically that's what you see with a strong tornado. Bounded weak echo not rotation region. I don't know why I was thinking reflective and all that. My brain is just not there, I don't think. Also, someone Storm HQ posted about this. Looks like the reason why we're seeing a dominant supercell in northern Oklahoma is due to the boundary lifted much further north than mild and stronger shear. Yeah, I kind of figured some type of boundary and shear interaction with this storm here. So got another 34 minutes on his tornado warning. Going for a while. Bro, my like pinky finger and then also like this portion of my hand and my pinky finger are so dry. Wait, 1 second. Let me. That's clear air contamination. Do we potentially have another tornado on the ground here? They issued another giant severe thunderstorm warning for this thing. Let me actually go back a little bit here. Yeah, there we go. So that's where that whole that bounded weak echo region was. When it was west of Helena. Still keeping an eye out here. This may actually go northeast of Nash. We'll see. If you're in Nash, get ready to take shelter. We also have another tornado warning now. That's going to be for Salmonor, Ludi, Aberdeen. I got all the way up to Norrick, Fuller, and Benani, Texas. This is still awarded with the not softball. I keep accidentally saying softball, but tennis ball size hail. Because tennis ball would be. I cannot type. Wait. Tennis ball. Softball size hail. Softball size hail would be 4 inches in diameter. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I think we have strong velocities. May have a deep CC again here. And yeah, this looks to be going northeast of Nash. And this is right near the radar site too. Although the storms at the south that are gonna merge with this thing are gonna probably cut off it. So we'll see. Observed. Alright, so we're down to just regular observed, but we do have a confirmed tornado at this point. Whoa, that is I know we're nearby the radar site, but yeah, that's your debris signature. That's your velocities right there. This could go PDS again here. This tornado is giving quite the scares with close call. It really is. Does make me wonder what the if we had a terminal radar out here, what the velocities look like on that. Because terminal radars are good for low velocity. Big tornado still ongoing east of Jet, Oklahoma on 9 News 9 Live. And this is continuing to be a PDS tornado warning storm here. Yeah, that is a deep CC drop on there. Yeah, I kind of figured that the storms merging with this cell here would nudge us into producing a tornado. Yeah, this looks to be turning. Yeah, it's turning north northeast here. Wow, this is really close to the radar site here. I mean, holy. All right, velocity's just updated. Still, I mean, I would presume we still have a strong trail still on the ground here. Velocities are probably just looking like this considering we're just very close to the radar site here. I think the storms that just merged with this are starting to probably now actually cut off its inflow here. Which, if that is the case, that is going to be a good thing for Holly and Gilbert. Because that would mean they would not get hit by the tornado. Just wait for radar update again. Wow. Okay. I mean, obviously it makes sense, but the amount of people viewing this radar jumped to almost like 3K. That is kind of like Trousdale, EF3, close calls. As I said, there definitely have been quite a few towns that have been hit by tornadoes before that have had close calls. Last year, I think last year a big example of that was Greensburg. Because I forgot what time of night it was. I think it might have been 10 o'clock at night. Um, and it looked like it was going towards Greensburg, but Greensburg, it went northeast. And unfortunately, it hit Plevna instead as well. And it's with its path. Well, I say as well, but unfortunately, Plevna got hit. And I think there was a couple other towns that did get hit by that tornado as well. There's quite a few tornadoes that produced from that cell as well. That was producing the tornadoes from last year. I don't know if I don't know if that makes any. I don't know if it makes any sense of what I'm trying to say here, but I feel like I've tried. I feel like I've worded it a couple different ways at this point, but yeah. All right, we got another tornado PDS tornado warning, which now includes Wakita and Sand Creek. We actually have a cell up here in Kansas that's producing hail, looks like. Still got strong velocities on this thing. So this could be going through the case of like an occlusion where a tornado, while when it's getting put, it gets basically pushed up north while it's occluding. While the main cell is still going northeast. Not seeing as much of a CC drop on this, so we potentially don't really have a tornado on the ground at this point, but we'll see. What's the next? I would say, well, because we got one PDS tornado going for 34 minutes, which is the original one that was issued earlier, and then we got another that's going for an hour, which the hour one that's going for an hour is the one that includes Sand Creek and Okita. I don't know why. Every time I see the town name Okita now, I just think of Twisted. I played so much Twisted last year. Also, looks like over on Twitter, from Hurricane Isaac, potentially two homes may have received a direct hit at peak intensity from the tornado from earlier. Well, still the ongoing tornado, as we know. So it was potentially the case where we had two homes that got impacted here. We'll have to see in the next two homes got impacted potentially from a tornado. And it looks like we don't have as much of a tight area rotation at this point. Maybe here, but yeah, I think the mergers that this cell went through here cut off its inflow. Which, if that is the case and it cut off its inflow, that would be a good thing, because that means there's not going to be really much of a tornado threat anymore with the cell here. Looks like they still got that tornado warning still continuing over in Texas still for about half hour. Still got air. I mean, if we have rotation, that's going to be over near Aberdeen potentially, but that could be just side lobe contamination. And that actual rotation on that. You know, the thing is with this is the first, well, besides yesterday, this is the first, like, tornado that we had this month, and it went PDS. Or at least as far as I know that we had for tornadoes when it comes to just tornadoes in general this month. Yeah, I will say March is definitely gonna be coming in with a raging bull with the next couple days here. Yeah, not really seeing as much of an area rotation at this point. Your tornado sirens are going off. What's going on over there? Some showers. That's about it. Heavy showers at most. Someone's doing something, I guess. Maybe some low life stuck out there turn on, maybe. I would not be able to tell you. If I had if I had Superman's vision, I probably would. Or yeah. Actually, I forgot who has like supervision like that. I think it's Superman. Also, once we're kind of in a point where things are finally slowing down, we'll take a look at tomorrow's severe threat with which with each of the weather models. I will also take a look at the just storm prediction center and all that as well while we're at it. All right, so we still got two. All right, well, technically it's one big PDS tornado warning, but okay, now it's off. With whatever happened over there. It looks like okay. The Twitter notifications are updating faster than the updates. Twitter notifications are updating the stuff on here. Okay, so we no longer have a PDS tornado anymore. And we no longer have a confirmed tornado anymore. Because the storms that merged with the cell cut off its inflow. Twitter is power. More like, I would say more like Twitter's just an absolute just pool of this the most random arguments. Like, dude, I've seen like already like 10 different arguments in the weather space on Twitter this week. I'm like, bro, what is going on, man? I mean, I'm not that surprised considering it's Twitter, but like, bro. Looks like we may have some rotation down here. Wouldn't be surprised. I mean, wouldn't be surprised if they decide to extend a tornado warning, but they did issue a severe dust storm. Well, the Norman, Oklahoma office issued a severe dust warning with 12 pots tag, so there's that. People constantly argue if El Reno should be an A5. I'm guessing the one that happened in, what, 2013? Because I know the 2011 El Reno one was rated that. Okay, yeah, kind of. I guess correctly. Alright, I'm up here back real quick. Alright, I'm back. To be honest, 2011 and Mog's 2013. That is a statement. Oh wow. So my weather radar made a post over on I always refer to Twitter here, but so with that velocity, signature that we saw earlier. So the red and greens, one side being 89.4 miles per hour and the other side being 109.9 miles per hour, divide those by 2, or I think it's divided those by 2. Looks like about. Oh yeah, no. Okay, so you add those two. Actually, hold on. Let me actually show the method here. I just remembered how you do it. All right, so let's go back here. So you got reds here and then greens here. One side was about, from what I was saying on the graphic, 89 point. I did not want to click on that. 89.4. And then do 11.9, and then you divide that by 2. .4 plus 11.9, 2, which you get 145.35, which which would actually be probably a mid-range EF3. Just based on radar velocities. Mid, yeah, something like that, yeah. Obviously, that's, just, and that's just wind estimate. When obviously the surveys go out there, the survey people go out there, they're probably will find something, obviously, something completely different. Because, obviously the EF scale is depending on what damage was done and not just based on winds. Apparently, Bloomington EF2 might have been a bit stronger. I wouldn't be surprised. When I saw the velocities on that thing the other couple weeks back, I would say the other day, but it's been more than the other day at this point. So a couple weeks back, I'm like, yeah, that's definitely some strong velocities on that thing. And then you got, so Petus on Twitter, he has this site here. You can look at the vertical wind profile, so you can see your curved hodos and get your fluctuating velocity. You see curve, and then just about probably right where tornado was at, or at least the cell going that has starting to pass by with the cell here. Holy S or H. Surface of 1 kilometer SRH 415 according to the vertical wind profile. Holy. Oh no, yeah, looking at storm relativity on mesoanalysis, that's it looks about right, yeah. Surface is 3, 600. Shear, probably about pretty average. Stream-wise vorticity, 96/36. Yeah, this is all why we had a strong tornado with your storm relative velocity and your streamwise vorticity. Which your streamwise vorticity is horizontal vorticity, so horizontal spin that gets. So you have your spin that goes horizontally, and then it gets curved like that into your updraft, basically. Yeah, some cool meteorology stuff there. Alright, so we got 16 minutes on both. We got 60 minutes on one, this tornado one here, but 31, half hour in the next minute here. So 15 minutes and a half hour ish. And then we got 16 minutes, about to be 15 as well on this. I am kind of curious. Where is the storm prediction site? Oh, I have it up, but I want to see what these storm reports look like. All right, so here's what the storm reports look like for hail. So filtered reports is like for making sure duplicates don't get in there. So we had 11 hail reports, 2 of them being large hail, 2 wind reports actually, one in Kentucky and the other in West Virginia. No tornado reports yet, but I would imagine next couple days when tornado surveys come out, I mean, that would be much higher than this now. This was yesterday, and it was just mainly hail. There was one cell that went tornado warned, but it was like very briefly rotating. And that was in southeast Oklahoma here. I am kind of curious. Let me go back up a little bit here. If this doesn't lag to absolute, high hell. Here's February 26th, which actually had a bunch of which was a hail day as well. There was one tornado report because there was a brief tornado that day. We have a new tornado warning. So they extended the tornado warning into Oklahoma, looks like, for Texola. Trying to go back go to February 19th. One day off. Come on, load. Alright, there we go. So, yeah. Obviously, because this is where we had that 10% significant severe. I say significant severe because that was the old system. I do wonder what. I imagine that day would have been like a Sig 1 as well, like today. Alright, here's a new tornado warning for Texola. Got air rotation down over here. Texola, Oklahoma. Oh my god. I was trying to click on a video on Twitter because someone was on the tornado, and yeah, that was a large wedge tornado from early. Mayfield. So looks like, as I said, the video, Fairview managed to capture the storm as began. So I imagine I mean, I know it's emergency management, but I don't know. I don't know what their like content usage is like for that. I'm kind of curious. Mayfield old over here. I'm completely blanking out on what. Why is my brain blinking so much? Oh, go back. I'm guessing you're talking about this. I'm guessing storm report page here. Oh, the video of the tornado. Uh, oh, 1 second. Oh my god. All right, so here it is. I can full screen this. So this was it right here. When it was west of I don't know how that's showing OBS right now because I full screened it, but yeah, this is when it was west of Fairview. This is a big old wedge. Yeah, for anyone that wants to fully check that out, I'll send a Facebook link. That's where it originally was. Although I'll send a Twitter link as well, because actually they'll both give annoying pop-ups for you need for logging in. So I don't know. Yeah, I am not surprised that was a wedge. Oh, hold on 1 second. I think we have another tornado on the ground here. I knew. Okay, does this want to load? I knew there was a suspicious look when it did emerge, and then it started having this curve here. I knew there was something suspicious. Also, I feel like my throat's getting dry. Oh my god, that just reminded me. There was two streams I did with Hurricane Melissa. The day of, my throat was dry, but my voice didn't sound super bad. But then the next morning, I mean, just in the morning in general, where my voice sounds like I was just waking up, and then also just being sick, which was not fun. I'm like, bro, can't get a break. Yeah, I think we have. Yeah, we definitely have a tornado underground again here. Let me pull up a proxy sounding into this thing. Yeah, just looking at the general area, yeah, there's still curved hotos. I would not be surprised if this thing still ends up producing tornadoes even into Kansas. Also, this just went PDS again. They're back to having a PDS tornado. Which this PDS tornado is east of Gilbert. This is gonna be going northeast. Looks like this could be going towards Clyde, Oklahoma. Yeah, that is a tight area rotation and strong velocities. I mean, it's already PDS warned, but I mean, once again, we have another strong tornado on the ground. So waiting for well, radar has updated NCC. Still got a debris signature on the ground here, so we still have a tornado on the ground. Just waiting for this tornado warning to be extended because this is about to clear out with the next 3 minutes here. Is that your pick of it? All right. Yeah, basically, I mean, yeah, I mean that looks like it. Yeah, I would. Yeah, I don't know what else to say, but yeah, it looks like it. Bro, the AMS Discord I'm in for my university is going absolutely crazy right now. This actually may be going right towards Clyde here. And there's also, I would not be surprised if we had a couple like houses and stuff here. All right, that PDS tornado warning did just get extended, which includes Wakita and got Renfro, Clyde, and Wakita with this tornado warning. I have a feeling they probably included Wakita if it ends up doing an inclusion. Yeah, I'm looking at mesoanalysis. Yeah, shear surface of 1 kilometer shear is very favorable for this. Storm relativity. I mean, it's all. It's all favorable. For tornadoes, basically. How long this will go through tonight? We'll have to see. Oh, I needed that stretch. It looks like they updated the PDS tornado warning. It's more streamlined towards the northeast here. This looks like this is going towards Collide at this point. The CC drop doesn't look like as much, but that could be because it's in an area where it's not picking up a ton. But if it is heading towards, although I don't know how the town of Clyde looks like with the area. I don't know if it's like unincorporated area or what, but it may be already in Clyde. And this is like the outskirt area of it. Now, I want to take a look at the outlook real quick here. I mean, this is in the SIG 1 area. The 10% was down here. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we had tornadoes that are stronger than that EF2 rate, like stronger than EF2 rating. So I got a debris signature here, crossing EO1100110. Velocities haven't updated quite yet. Still wouldn't be surprised if we still have strong velocity. Yeah, I still have strong velocities on this. I don't know what that sound was out there. Not seeing as much of a debris signature on the latest scan here. So there's a chance this could have like lifted, but we'll have to see. Not seeing as tight velocities. You see from earlier, you go back, see where the other mesocyclone handed off, and then we had a RFD kind of surge on the backside here, and then had a tornado that produced east of Gilbert, southeast of Gilbert, and then it continued here. Strong velocity, and still got area velocity still a little bit strong on this side here, but not as not as strong as it was earlier to hit Clyde. I have a feeling there's if I look, we could zoom in here. Seems like there's some house like farm buildings and stuff that it potentially hit. Because what I'm guessing with the town of Clyde here, it's like a rural town, so houses and buildings are very spaced out compared to like your typical like it's not like something like this over here like Wakita. And I swear the way I because where I have my microphone positioned, because the way I'm positioned with the laptop and my all that, I can probably actually shift a lot of this over. So then I can not have my chair hit the side of my desk here. All right, let's see here. Still PDS warned. Still got actually may still have a strong tight area rotation again here. I saw a tweet from Reed Tamer. Dangerous tornado just missed Wakita, Oklahoma, southeast, showing deviant motion, turning north to saw a large wedge tornado. Yeah, I think we still definitely have a tornado on the ground here. That's not as much of a deep debris signature as it did earlier. Looks up. I guess so. According to Reed. Yeah, we definitely have a tornado still on the ground here. Just not a super deep debris signature here. No, excuse me. And they issued another tornado warning. So now all tornado warnings are in Oklahoma now. This one is for. This is for Mayfield. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, there's the Mayfield from earlier that we are talking about. Yeah, there is a Mayfield, Oklahoma. think the area rotation is actually over in Mayfield and Prentice here. Waiting to see what's going on with this, because like, we saw because here's the thing, we still have a hook, and still have tight area rotation. Although radar hasn't updated in 30 minutes, so we'll see. Yeah, still got rotation, not really the breeze signature. So there's a chance that this is finally fully occluded, I would think. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, now it's down to radar in case. We'll no longer have a tornado warning, PDS tornado warning. And one, actually, two tornado warnings expired out. So we're down to 2 tornado warnings. And, well, 2 of them are radar indicated. One of them produced a bunch of PDS tornadoes, which I'm gonna be honest. When it came to today, I was like, a lot of people were on Twitter were calling this like a bust. Yeah, I'm like, and in my head, I'm like, yeah, this definitely. I always thought it was a nocturnal event. It wasn't really gonna be a like daytime type of event. Which I mean, as we already, I mean, as we just saw it, we we literally just saw a cell produce multiple tornadoes, have a merger, mesocyclone handoff, and all that. Wouldn't be surprised if this thing's trying to do something again, though. Because looking towards the east, there's another area that I'm keeping my eye out on right now. 2 wedges, yeah, it's insane. So, you got your storm relativisticity, and you got your shear, and then you have your low jet, because your low jet increases shear at night, which is one of the contributing factors for shear at night. You know what's the crazy thing? The first time I posted about this cell producing a tornado was 2 hours ago. Tornado outbreak so far, pretty much, yeah. It's probably I don't. I was just say because I think there's because I know there's. You got mini tornado outbreaks, you got tornado outbreak, and then major tornado outbreak or something like that. I can't remember the exact thing. March 4th to 6th, 2026 outbreak. I'm kind of curious. I don't know if, well, searching up on, I mean, March 5th, I mean, not 2 years ago, 4 years ago, there was a tornado outbreak from March 5th to 7th. So that's some. I think the system will continue to produce tornadoes, maybe some more wedges tomorrow. We'll have to see what happens tomorrow. I mean, there's definitely, I wouldn't be surprised if we see more tornadoes tomorrow. That's just a matter of, it's a matter of when at this point. My camera's just saying it wants to be blurry. That's fun. I still got an hour on this tornado watch because this goes till midnight with this tornado watch. Focus, camera. I don't know, I can't. I'm trying to make it be clear. I just tell you, it just does not want to. Oh well. I mean, at least, just wave my hand around. I will say it's definitely higher FPS than my Logitech camera that crapped out. So, that's a perk. Whoa. Where's that at? Is that, no, hold on, let me check. Because that could be from the mezzo handoff from earlier that I was talking about. Yeah, looks like that might be the case here. Although, nothing in terms of CC right now. So we may have another tornado on the ground in a second here. And we also, because this is a different office over here that covers this area here. So we'll see if they end up extending a tornado warning. They probably will. If anything else happens, tell me on Discord. Alright. Will do. That tornado warning just got updated. Looks like they're still continuing a tornado warning. Still got an area rotation here. Hasn't been quite extended yet. Here on my phone. So I got air rotation still. Maybe a debris signature, but not enough to confirm anything. And 21 got extended towards the north in Kansas. We got Metcalf, Doster, and Caldwell, and Corbin and Perth in Kansas. Looks like the Storm Prediction Center just issued a mesoscale analysis. I keep saying mesoscale analysis. A mesoscale discussion. So hopefully this cell's finally starting to wind down after almost 3 hours. After producing multiple PDS tornadoes. Where I got updated. So I got an area that's rotating in there. gonna be over near Grimes and Rose Hill. Looks like. There's meso now. Mesoscale discussion. All right. So hail and wind being the main threats. Maybe a weak but brief tornado. You see the cell down here that's been producing that produced all those tornadoes in Oklahoma there. But other than that, I think I don't think we're completely done with the tornado threat. We're still gotta keep an eye on the cell down in western over here in western Oklahoma. But I think for the most part, we're finally starting to calm down after 3 hours. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if these tornado warnings get canceled out. If they do end up canceling them out. And that is a spider. A lot of update sounds. I think the tornado watch is slowly but surely getting condensed. Looks like the tornado warning in down over here looks like I canceled out. We'll have to see what they do with this one up here. See where that rotation went here. Looks like it here. Maybe it did it do. I don't know if it did a handoff or something. But I think that just side lobe contamination to this point there. So once again, would not be surprised if this gets canceled out soon here. Moved into the regiment. Warning has been canceled for Beckham. Okay, it's so there's two tornado warnings. Just one just showing us 3 because this other one I canceled out. Okay, well done. All right, so they're continuing that tornado warning for Kansas, the areas in Kansas looks like. Right, 2 tournament box power with the next 4 minutes, and then obviously you got the one in Kansas. Now, I think after that, man, I think we're done for tonight with the stream. Hmm. Well, they cancel out that tournament in Kansas. I'm noticing something with this though. There's a area over here on the backside that has like a hook on it. Going right near Wakita. Yeah, so we just had a brief tornado near Wakita, Oklahoma. Um, Honestly, it wasn't warned. It looks like it was probably brief, if anything. I mean, very brief. Yeah, velocity's not looking too strong. Wouldn't be surprised if we at least had still maybe a weak tornado still on the ground here. Let's take that down to tornado, back down to tornado watch because we no longer have any tornado warnings in place. Keep an eye on this one here near Cheyenne, because there's definitely still an area there where we have area rotation. Oh, looking at radar Omega. Oh, let me go down real quick. Yeah, you can see the tornado ports down here. National Service Employee. This must have been the Doppler wheels if it was National Service Employee. Or unless it puts National Service Employee because of who noted it and they found a video on broadcast media video, yeah. So I had 4 different tornado ports. That is insane. We actually had 5 actually. Take a look at the back of the radar data. Yeah, I was actually right on that. I thought I identified the wrong one, but no, I identified it right. Right. Area rotation earlier. Okay, cool. My eyes are working, I guess. So yeah, my guess is most storm chasers. I don't know if most storm chasers are going back to like Oklahoma City or something. All right. Anyways, we'll take a look at the tomorrow's severe weather threat. So the next outlook comes out by 07Z, which actually went in the morning, but it'll probably come out at midnight if anything. But so here's the tornado threat for today. We got 5% going all the way from about Dallas all the way up to here in the north portion of northern Illinois and southern Wisconsin. We got 2% tornado risk outside of that. We got wind risk, wind and hail risk. Bit more of a wind, probably gonna be more of a maybe a wind risk up here in Illinois, Iowa, and all that. With the cold front, we'll probably see more of a linear mode as well, if anything. I'll take a look at the 18Z is finally loaded in. We'll take a look at the HRRR for the hell of it. So here's 12Z Friday. You have storms moving through. Some more storms. Actually got storms even going through, like, according to the HRRR through 3 o'clock. That could be an issue for storms later. Although, looks like, I mean, the HRRR, I mean, doesn't seem like it's having too much issue convecting storms, but could be interesting tomorrow to see how these end up convecting and going through. And then we have a QLCS threat. More of a discrete mode down in Oklahoma, Kansas, and all that, and then more linear mode up towards here. Although it does look like it goes more linear overnight hours into Saturday morning, which will actually go down to there. And obviously it's 18Z, so we won't get the rest of Saturday. Actually, it goes to 18Z Saturday, so you see your linear mode over here. Definitely gonna be a wind and maybe brief tornado threat, if anything, on Saturday. But we'll have to see what that ends up being, because we have a day 3 outlook. They have a Sig 1 over here, looks like. Isolated scary severe storms are possible from Saturday morning to evening. Isolated very large hail may occur parts of Texas, so yeah, it looks like, yeah, for the most part. Current indicators that are Sig 2 type giant hail. So there's potential we could see a Sig 2 with hail tomorrow, it looks like. Which would be the first time we see a Sig 2, if that ends up being the case. But otherwise, from what I've seen, it looks like a wind and hail risk again on Saturday. But other than that, that is gonna be for this stream. I'll be live tomorrow. Probably sometime after 4 or 5 o'clock. I guarantee you by the time 4 or 5 o'clock rolls around and I'm back at my house, there's already gonna be storms firing up and going. So we'll see what happens tomorrow with this severe threat. And yeah, I'll make a. Obviously, I've been posting a lot to my community tab lately, so that's where I post a lot of information and stuff. But yeah, definitely gonna be a active stretch of severe weather again. I wouldn't be surprised if this month I end up being live more than 3 times at least. But we'll see what happens. Because I mean, looking at let me go to the pivotal weather real quick here. Alright, so here's pivotal weather. Take a look at the ensembles. The GEFS is just loading on in, so we go through this month and going out towards like Thursday, going from 12. We got it looks like ensembles pick up more of like a zonal kind of pattern, and obviously going multiple hours out, so this is gonna change a lot. And it looks like we could be in a pattern again where we have Western Ridge and Eastern troughing again, so if that does end up occurring, we could be in a case of it being cold again and having snow chances come back as well. So, and then we'll be waiting again for warmer temperatures. At this, they're kind of far out, but I wish I had a weather bell because that gives like percentage just to have like should have like numbers like this. Unless there is. Let me see. Oh no, there is. This is a GFS, so things are gonna be probably a little bit more amplified than what they actually are. Yeah, you can see snow chances coming on back in here. Not very high chances, of course, because they're so far out, but it's not gonna show anything very high because of how far out we are. But no tornado past that. The heck? Apparently we are back to having a tornado warning. Oh, that would explain a lot. Okay. All right. Pause on ending a stream for tonight. Apparently. Okay. We are far from done. Okay. What happened? Oh, that's why. Because it was on Great Omega. Yeah, that is some strong rotation in there. I'm kind of curious. What is the? Oh my god, yeah, there's still curved hotos up here as well. Although, whether or not we actually have anything produced out of this is the question. Because I mean, we still got enough storm relative velocity and shear, so yeah, that is definitely some tight rotation again. Don't have anything on CC though. So right now it's just strong rotation. And this is the cell that briefly produced a tornado earlier near Bukita. Wouldn't be surprised if we have a tornado produce out of this. How strong it will be, we'll have to see if it does end up producing or not. But as of what we've been seeing, I mean, It's a low cape, high shear environment. Although looking at the storm, actually, I mean, it's about what do you expect for severe weather with surface-based instability being at over a little over 1,000. Same with a mixed layer from what I'm seeing on the meso analysis here. So try to keep an eye on the CC and losses here. There's definitely a chance this thing ends up producing a tornado at some point. And we're between radars too. Which I mean, so and we actually, if this cell goes any closer towards the, what is that? That's not even an arrow. That is a umbrella that has no cover on it. I don't know. There is a owl headset. Yeah, there is a terminal radar near Wichita here. So if this cell goes anywhere close to that, we'll be able to see low level rotation. Strong rotation over Metcalf right now. Wouldn't be surprised if he had a little bit of a debris signature right in there. Looks like the tornado warning was updated a little bit, probably just to at least condense it in the direction of where it's going, which is northeast. So I haven't seen much of a debris signature. May once again still have a little bit of debris signature right in here. This actually would be here now. I re-circle that. Yeah, it would be there now. Since Reflectivity and CC have updated, but not velocities yet. That is a tight area rotation, though. Yeah, we definitely have a confirmed tornado at this point. That is a debris signature. I'm surprised this hasn't been confirmed yet. Yep. Okay. Yep. Definitely have a tornado underground at this point. That has deepened it. That debris signature has deepened. That is now a confirmed tornado. Okay, we have a confirmed tornado now. Officially confirmed. Took a little bit for the confirmed tornado. So I got the strong velocities on this side, not as much on that side. So this tornado may have just occluded as well potentially, and we may go back down to radar indicated. And we have a new mesoscale discussion. I almost said analysis again. Isolate severe risk for the next few hours. They have tornado probability. So EF0, EF1, wind, hail. I'd be surprised. I think we are probably gonna see more of a wind and hail throughout this compared to a tornado. If we do see a tornado throughout this, it'll probably be pretty brief, if anything. And I mean brief. Wouldn't be surprised if this is cycling here, because we have this one here that popped up, and then we have another little like thing down to just the southeast of it. And this is back down to radar indicated. We'll see that in a second here, though. And there is keeping an eye on this area here, because that could be to recycle. Oh, there we go. I had to update it. Okay, there we go. Wonder where is the terminal? Wonder if I could if it saw the yeah, there we go. At view of the rotation from earlier. It looks like the forewarned storm tracker was in a car accident. It looked like, unfortunately, or got into one. Wouldn't be surprised if weather was a factor on that. Torrent Watch is about to expire out as well. Got a camera here, but it's not like a live traffic camera. I wonder if Stable Air is finally starting to get to this. Because some of these cells have been going for a long time. And there's some convection going on in Iowa, which would be interesting to see how that contributes to tomorrow morning. And also even into tomorrow afternoon as well. just hearing the buses out there go. Whoosh! Not exactly a ton of people walking outside right now. But I mean, a lot of people probably have gone home for spring break, so. So we had that tornado outbreak today. And tornado watch expire out soon here. What is with the skin on my thumb right now? me see if they end up canceling out this tornado warning or not. Tomorrow watch expired out. This tornado warning should be canceled out sooner. I at least imagine. Alright, so I got 12 minutes, so this tornado warning expires out. Oh, this severe thunderstorm watch goes till what? 4 in the morning. Jesus. Is that low contamination or is that actually rotation? I wouldn't be surprised if that's another tornado, considering the fact that we've had like a one here and a one here potentially. And they have extended that tournament warning for another hour. Jesus, another hour. Alright, so they have that. I don't think I'm gonna be live for that much longer. Since I do have to be up in the morning. Not that at all. Not that early. But for this tournament warning, Mayfield, Roland, Wellington, Whitman, Bushnell, Belle Plains, Riverdale, Millerton. And that's also be in Kansas as well. That's gonna be going until 1 in the morning. There's one area I have my this area here east of Millen and one over here near Mayfield in terms of areas that have potential areas of rotation right now. I think for the most part, this I mean, not that we couldn't have another brief tornado, but I think for the most part, unless we do have a tornado ongoing right now, with that little area here, I think the tornado threat should be mainly done. But I'm gonna definitely keep an eye out for a few here, see what is going on here. That's more than likely clear air contamination, if anything. But also could be just a low precip area rotation. So. There are a lot of things. Oh, that's why. Severe thunderstorm warning out here for is 2-inch size hail, which is egg size. And there's the day one. So yeah, so immediately as soon as I turned date, obviously midnight here, is now the day one outlook now for that enhanced risk, which we'll take a look at once it fully loads, because they did just release it like not even a minute ago. So I do wish it kind of updated faster though with the outlooks on the Storm Prediction Center site. Is that now updated? Okay, now it is. Yeah. I mean, for the most part, not much has really changed, other than maybe the hail risk. Yeah, not much has really changed other than a hail risk. For tomorrow, like a lot of the hail risk is what has it updated on here? It has. Okay, cool. Not the categorical though. So here's the tornado threat for tomorrow. Still got the. Actually, let me pull this up on Radar Mega because the I don't know why the sig is broken on here. Actually, I could just just pull up on the actual site here. What am I doing? So here's the new, well, the current now day one outlook. You got your tornado threat, which hasn't really changed much. You got your wind risk, which hasn't changed much. The one thing that has kind of changed though. Oh, let me close out right on my Jesus. But yeah, you have your hail risk, which a lot of these are probably be your more discrete cells out here before it goes linear with mainly a wind threat and maybe some embedded tornadoes. But yeah. Yeah, there's a definitely chance. I mean, those warnings out over there expired out. Wouldn't be surprised if this tornado warning gets eventually canceled out here. So, but anyways, that's gonna be for this stream. Uh, Main threat should be wind and hail. Maybe a brief tornado tonight, but honestly, I think the atmosphere is becoming a little bit more stable, so we shouldn't really see too much of a tornado there. Hopefully through tonight, but anyways, this is Oh, they updated it. Still continuing tornado warning, it looks like. But yeah, anyways, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Probably after like 4 or 5 o'clock that I stream tomorrow, because I am traveling from here from my college to back to my house. So yeah, see you guys next stream, which will be tomorrow.